Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're breaking down the 6 brand new FIFA rules hitting the 2026 World Cup. And let me tell you, they all revolve around one massive controversy that has been driving fans absolutely crazy for decades. All right, let's just dive right into it. Every single one of these 6 changes is designed to totally eradicate the dark arts of time wasting. We want to keep the game moving, right? You know the tactics I'm talking about. The stalling, the incredibly slow walks off the pitch, those sudden, highly mysterious cramps. Well, FIFA is finally cracking down. Now, some of these rules are an absolute welcome relief, while others, well, they might spark some fresh arguments. But hey, they're happening whether we like it or not. Section 1. The new timers, racing the clock. So, rule number 1 introduces a very strict, visible 5-second countdown from the referee. Now, this applies specifically when a player is taking a throw-in or a goal kick. We already know goalkeepers have had that 8-second rule for holding the ball, right? So, this is basically taking that exact same urgency and extending it out to the rest of the pitch. And the penalties for messing this up are actually pretty harsh. Think about it. Take way too long on a throw-in, and boom, you instantly lose the ball. Possession immediately flips to the other team. Delay a goal kick? You just handed the enemy team a really dangerous corner kick. The theory here is that it speeds up the game significantly. Though in practice, players are probably going to find some creative new ways to waste time that don't involve restarts. But honestly, it's definitely better than nothing. Moving right along to Rule 2, let's see how FIFA is building on this whole idea of beating the clock. We now have a strict 10-second limit for substitutions. This is absolutely targeting those players who suddenly decide they love a slow, highly dramatic stroll off the pitch right in the final minutes of a tight game. We've all seen the moves: bending down to tie a boot, suddenly clutching a hamstring, becoming extremely interested in the corner flag. Well, not anymore. Once that substitution board goes up, you've got exactly 10 seconds to get off the pitch. Literally no exceptions. And the consequence for missing that deadline is what makes this super fascinating. Failing to beat that 10-second clock actually penalizes your team on the field for a full minute. So if the substituted player doesn't step off in time, the new player coming on is forced to just wait on the sideline for 1 minute. Your team literally plays with just 10 players for that entire 60 seconds. It is a massive tactical disadvantage, all just for taking a slow walk. All right, Section 2, punishing fake injuries, the tactical break. You know what? Faking an injury just got significantly more expensive. Here's how it works now. If a player goes down and actually wants the physio to come out onto the pitch for medical attention, they are forced to step off the pitch for a full minute afterward. So it's entirely your choice. If you really need the physio, you're coming off for a minute. This is 100% designed to stop players from taking a dive just to give their team a cheeky tactical breather. Now, there is one major exception to this rule, and it's goalkeepers. Goalkeepers are totally exempt from this 1-minute penalty because, frankly, forcing a goalie off the pitch for a minute would completely break the flow of the game. So, while outfield players are definitely going to think twice now, the whole goalie fake injury problem, yeah, that's unfortunately going to remain mostly intact. Moving to Section 3, upgrading the referees. Tech, VAR, and cameras. So, Rule 4 gives everyone's favorite football development, VAR, some major upgrades. Before this, video assistant referees could basically only step in to check straight red cards. But now, their powers have actually expanded. They can intervene on second yellow cards. They can also check corner kick decisions, as long as the review can be done quickly without holding up the restart. Oh, and finally, they can step in to correct cases of mistaken identity, like if the referee accidentally hands a card to the completely wrong player. Pretty useful stuff. Next up is Rule 5, which actually outfits referees with official body cameras. But just to be totally clear here, these are provided and completely controlled by the competition itself. So no, you aren't going to see referees arriving at the stadium with their own personal GoPros strapped to their chests. And this footage isn't just for, reviewing player behavior behind closed doors. It's actually going to serve 2 major purposes. First off, it'll be heavily used to train future referees by showing them real on-pitch scenarios. And secondly, and this is the really cool part, it might eventually give us fans an incredible first-hand view of the game. Just imagine getting a referee eye view of a chaotic penalty decision right from the middle of the box. That is going to be absolutely fascinating to watch. All right, Section 4, the DOSO fix, fixing a 40-year problem. To really understand this fix, we kind of need to define the term first. So DOGSO is a refereeing acronym. It stands for denying an obvious goal-scoring opportunity. This typically refers to a foul on an attacking player who is completely clear through on goal, and it almost always results in an automatic red card. Now, under the old rule, if a DOGSO foul happened, but the referee played advantage and the attacking team still went on to score a goal, that red card was downgraded to a yellow. But under this new, much more logical fix, if you score from advantage, the foul didn't actually deny the opportunity in the end, so the card is just completely canceled. Now, sure, some wild, reckless fouls might still earn a yellow just for the foul itself, but scoring a goal from advantage cancels the DOGSO card entirely. It's one of those rare changes that just makes sense, you know? And finally, Section 5. Will it actually work? The human element. So, we've covered the new countdowns, the subtimers, the injury penalties, expanded VAR, body cameras, and the DOGSO fix. The game of football itself hasn't changed, but the rules governing the margins of the game certainly have. So what do you guys think? Will players finally adapt and respect the clock, actually speeding up the beautiful game, or are we simply entering a brand new era of highly creative time wasting? I guess we'll find out when the tournament kicks off in July. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep asking great questions, and I'll catch you on the next